Okay, we're now on page 11 and looking at number 36, rhythm time. This is a clap and count line, so we're going to clap and count through this rhythm. Here we go. 1, 2, clap and count with me. 1, 2, 1, hold, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, hold, 1, 2, 1, hold, 2. Now you can keep going back and clapping and counting with me on that. If you'll notice, in the 6th to 7th measure, there's a quarter note that's tied across the bar line. So if we look at measures 6 and 7, we would count that 1, 2, and then the tie is hold over to 1 in measure 7, then 2. So make sure we get that counting correct. Okay, we've already gone over number 36, rhythm time, clapping and counting. So now we're going to play this together. So let's go all the way through this, making sure we observe the tie. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. Now, 1, 2, 1, hold, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, hold, 1, 2, 1, hold, 2. Notice I am holding my sticks in a V pattern. I'm not coming way up in the air with them. I'm staying down close to the drum. And then I did not re-hit where we have the tie. The tie just adds those two notes together. Okay, now we're looking at number 37, two-step. And in 37, we have flams. That's the little small note going to the large one. It shows that the left stick leads the right stick, just slightly ahead. In the second measure, the right stick leads the left stick. We're going to work on those flams, left, then right. So let's go over number 37. Here we go. Playing together. 1, 2, ready, now. Rest, flam, flam, tap, 1, 2. Rest, flam, flam, 2, 1, 2. As we go through that, we want to observe the sticking that's written in the book. This is number 38, Sight Reading Challenge Shoo Fly. Notice in this that they don't give you the sticking, so we want to alternate as much as possible. First, we're going to look at the first line, the first 8 measures. So let's go through that together. Ready? First 8 measures. 1, 2, ready, now. Flam, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, flam, 1, 2, 1, 2, rest, 2, flam. Notice on each time I have the flams next to each other, I'm leading with the left stick, then with the right stick. You can do that, and you can go back and do it the other way as well. But always try to alternate the sticking there. So now let's look at the second line, the last 8 measures. Here we go. 1, 2, last 8. Now, 1, 2, hold, 1, 2, rest, 2, flam, 1, 2, hold, 1, 2, rest, 2, 1, 2. Now you can keep backing this up and going over that until you're comfortable with the stickings. Now let's go all the way through 38 together. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, begin. Flam, 2, hold, 2, 1, 2, flam, 1, 2, hold, 2, rest, 2, flam, 1, 2, hold, 2, rest, 2, flam, 1, 2, hold, 2, rest, 2, 1. Just keep backing this video up and going over until you can play through that smoothly. Okay, now we're looking at number 39, Russian folk song. We're going to look at part A. We're going to be very careful to observe the sticking that they give us in this. So let's go through this using the sticking given on the flams and on the regular notes. And that little percent sign, remember, tells us that that's a 1 measure repeat. We repeat what was in the previous measure. Here we go. Number 39, letter A. 1, 2, ready, begin. Flam, rest, flam, rest, repeat, slam, rest, slam, rest, right, left, right, right, slam, 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 rest, rest, slam, rest, slam, rest, slam, rest, slam, rest, slam, rest, slam, 1, 2, 3, off. So keep backing that up and working on getting used to following the sticking in the book and doing your flams. So now let's look at part B. This tells us to turn the snares off. We pull the levers forward. That releases the snares. And we're going to play through this as well, observing the sticking. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, now. Rest, flam, 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 flam, rest, flam, stroke, flam, stroke, flam, stroke, flam, stroke, flam, stroke, flam, stroke. 1, 2, 3, rest. Just keep your tempo, stay together, and watch that sticking. Try to keep the sticks as close to the drum as possible. Okay, we're looking at number 40, Sans Sereni. We're going to do this in 8 measure sections. So we have the first line and then the second line. Notice we have the multiple bounce strokes here in the third measure, the little Z, which tells us just to let it bounce. We'll turn our snares back on here. So the multiple bounce. So you want to work on back and forth so you get used to that multiple bounce. Here we go. First line. 1, 2, ready, now. 1, 2, 1, 2, bounce, bounce, stroke, rest. 1, 2, 1, 2, bounce, bounce, stroke, 2. Okay, keep working on that until you're comfortable with those bounces. Now let's look at the second line of this, the last 8 measures. Still observing the sticking and the multiple bounces. Here we go. 2, here we go, now. 1, 2, 1, 2, bounce, bounce, stroke, rest. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, bounce, stroke, and. So keep backing this up until you're comfortable with it, getting all the sticking in. Now we'll go through the whole thing, all the way through number 40. Here we go. 1, 2, number 40. Now, left, right, left, left, bounce, bounce, stroke, rest. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left. Slam, left, slam, left, bounce, bounce, stroke, rest. Slam, 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 rest, bounce, stroke. So keep working on that, keep going through it, get used to those bounces, and let's work on those flams until they're clean.